Hi everybody. Thanks an awful lot for the opportunity to participate in our state's first Human Trafficking Engagement Day. I'm honored to be included, and I want to thank you for being part of this very, very important event. Our state already has significant anti-human trafficking achievements to celebrate, thanks to people like former State Representative Velma Valoria and State Senator Jeannie Cole Wells. They've been leaders in efforts to strengthen our laws to help combat human trafficking, and my hat's off to them for their great leadership. I also hope we all understand that human trafficking, which is a modern form of slavery, is not only about people being trafficked into our country, but about people being trafficked within our country. We have to understand that it's human trafficking if someone is moved from Idaho to Washington just as much as if they're moved from Asia to Washington or some other part of the world. The U.S. government estimates that between 14,500 and 17,500 people are trafficked into our country each year, but a much larger number are trafficked within our country year after year. It's a crime that, despite its size, continues to be unknown and unnoticed by most people. That's what this conference, this day, is about. It's changing that lack of awareness and helping people to be aware so they can engage. A report of the state's task force against the trafficking of persons indicates that Washington State is a hotbed of recruitment, transportation, and sale of people for labor. There are several factors that cause this position for our state. First, we have an international border, of course, with Canada. Second, we have many ports. We also have many rural areas, and we have a high dependency on agricultural workers. Sometimes they're trafficking victims as well. Seattle is known to be on the human trafficking circuit that includes Honolulu, Las Vegas, New York, New Orleans, Portland, and Vancouver, Clark County. The state report also notes that trafficking has been documented in 18 different Washington state counties. Victims include people who were mail order brides, sex workers, domestic workers. Victims have been brought here from Russia, the Philippines, China, and Mexico. So this is a problem from around the world and affects many parts of our state. All of us need to be concerned regardless of where we live in Washington state. The Attorney General's office became involved in this issue as a result of the Domestic Violence Advisory Group that I formed about 3 years ago. My Domestic Violence Advisory Group brought to my attention the scale of human trafficking and the human tragedies that result, and we've decided that this is a topic that we need to address just as much as we're addressing domestic violence. In April of 2008, I convened a roundtable with experts from around the state and the country to determine what else our state can be doing and what else our office can be doing to have an impact. Former Ambassador John Miller participated. Former Congresswoman Linda Smith with Shared Hope International was a part of that conference. We had people from the Asian Pacific American Women's Forum there. We had leaders who are experts and helped craft our existing state statutes. We had prosecutors. It was very, very helpful in identifying what we've done well and what we need to improve. Examples of the work that are going on as a result of that conference include more awareness-raising efforts, efforts to identify further weaknesses in the law that need to be strengthened, and encouraging prosecutors to use the laws that we already have. We know that lack of awareness is a major obstacle to ending human trafficking, so we've put a lot of time into this as well. Fortunately, we have a lot of wonderful groups and a lot of individuals like yourselves who are actively participating. But we need to find more ways to engage the community in this issue. And that includes our immigrant community, communities of color who may be afraid or just don't know who to call about this issue. The 3 P's of anti-trafficking are really the key here. Those 3 are prevention, prosecution, and protection. We need to prevent human trafficking. Where we find it, we need to prosecute the traffickers, not the innocent victims of trafficking. And we need to protect those victims. All too often they're afraid of even coming forward because they've been threatened by their traffickers with potential prosecution. We need to get them to safety and help them to achieve a life of safety in this country. The Attorney General's office is going to remain committed to this issue. We are offering ourselves as a resource to legislators who need legal advice on how to further strengthen the laws and improve the wording of those laws. And we're also committed to encouraging law enforcement training and development of department protocols. We've developed a website to link all available resources on human trafficking. It's on our website, atg.wa.gov. And we're raising awareness within our agency as well by presenting a continuing legal education program on human trafficking and by focusing on human trafficking for an upcoming diversity event in our office later this month. We're going to continue working on this issue, but in the meantime, I want to thank you for your participation and your leadership. Thanks an awful lot for being here today.